Hello everybody, my name is Stephen Woodson and you're watching Nerd Chat. On the last episode of Nerd Chat, I talked to you guys about the first quarter of the official Zelda timeline. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. I mean it. None of this will make sense unless you watch it, so yeah. Okay, in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about the first split in time that Ocarina of Time has caused. This branch is called The Hero is Defeated. After the hero was defeated, Ganon pretty much won. However, resistance from local villages, survivors from the destruction of Hyrule Kingdom rose up against Ganon and started the imprisoning war. They sealed Ganon away into the Sacred Realm, which has turned dark. They called it the Dark World. Very bad name choice, I know. I wouldn't have called it that. I would have just left it the Sacred Realm. But anyway. However, news started spreading around that the Triforce was a real thing, and people started coming in to Hyrule to look for it, and somehow, someway, found themselves inside the Sacred Realm. But since the Sacred Realm is dark now, it's become the Dark World, they immediately turned into what their hearts were. Monsters. They turned into monsters and became part of Ganon's army. And they were never seen from again in the Light World, which leads up to the next game in the series. The King of Hyrule told the Seven Sages to seal the Dark World away to keep anybody else from entering in. So there was a period of some sort of form of peace. However, the next era kicks in. The era of light and dark. This era holds a link to the past. And of course, a link between worlds, but I'm not going to talk about that. This era of Link to the Past, this game, Link to the Past, holds the resurrection of Ganon again. Ganon's resurrected almost in every game, so it's no big news here. However, due to the fact that Ganon was killed and sealed away in the Dark World, his followers started growing in the Light World again. And one of those followers just so happened to be the king's advisor, Aghanim, I guess that's how you say it. Anyway, Aghanim sealed the descendants of the Seven Sages into the Dark World, and eventually Zelda, because she escaped with the help of Link and yada yada yada. With Zelda sealed away inside the Dark World, that allowed Aghanim to thrust Link into the Dark World, but instead of changing, he had gotten a power-up earlier in the game that allowed him to not transform into what his heart was. Anyway, Link ran around the Dark World, saving the sages and gaining new power-ups, new powers, getting stronger, until finally he had gained enough blessings from the Seven Sages to be able to storm Ganon's castle. And he stormed he stormed the castle up top of the darker version of Death Mountain, went all the way through it, got what he needed to break through the Dark Pyramid that was in the place of Hyrule Castle, and defeated and fought Ganon and defeated him. And got a hold of the Triforce, changing the Dark World back into the Sacred Realm. This, however, ticked off 2 people. Well, kind of sort of one, but they're from Ocarina of Time. This ticked off the twin sisters Trinrova. Since Trinrova wasn't defeated in Ocarina of Time, they were able to survive, and they sent 2 people to 2 different countries to get 3 flames to resurrect Ganon again. They sent the reptilian general Onyx to Holodrum, and they sent Viren, the body-jumping witch, sorceress person, to Liberian. This is the start of the Twin Games Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. I don't know what the ordering is. I think Ages comes before Seasons in the manga. It could be different for the gaming series, so I'm just gonna tell you Ages and then Seasons. No, I will do Seasons versus and Ages. Then Ages. Oracle of Seasons as a simple story. What's going on in Oracle of Seasons? Twinrova sends Onyx to go to Holodrum to look for the Oracle of Seasons, and he kidnaps the Oracle of Seasons, Din. I don't know why they call her Din. It just doesn't make sense to me because that's the name of the goddess, but oh well. He kidnaps the Oracle of the Seasons, Din, and with her kidnapping, all of the seasons just went into chaos. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to run through the kingdom, put the seasons back in order, and find a way to get to the boss, defeat him, and you go to the next area. But how were you able to get there? Well, the Triforce actually sent the same Link from Link to the Past to do this as a result of defeating Ganon the first time. And after and if Oracle of Seasons is the first game, the Triforce then sends Link to Liberian to find a woman named Impa to help, and the 2 of them were supposed to find a way to get to the Oracle of Ages. But something happens. Viren actually possesses Impa, and by the time they get to Nehru, the Oracle of Ages, she possesses him. She possesses her. Jumps from Impa to Viren, and travels back in time to Liberian's past to build this large tower to take over the world and to find the sacred flames again. That's when you come in. You come in, you stop them, game over. And then, but Link is trapped on Laperion. In the present, now that Viren has been destroyed. And I guess Twinrova was defeated and or Ganon, I don't know. Like I said, I've never played Oracle of Ages and Seasons. I just did research on him as best as I could. Anyway, Link gets on a raft to head back to Hyrule now that he's stranded on Laberion or Holodrum. I don't know. But a massive storm happened, and his raft was in the middle of the storm. And the storm destroys his raft. Link then wakes up on this weird island. And he goes through the island just to find out that he's been dreaming this entire time, and him and the windfish were one and the same, are dreaming one and the same dream. And Link has to go around and bring back and wake up the the windfish, and defeat an enemy that was keeping the island there. After the game is over, the island disappears. Link wakes up on a bit of raft and finds a way to get back home. Pretty much pure and simple. It's a weird game. These games are a bit weird in the Hero is Defeated storyline. Then the next era comes in, the Golden Era. With the Golden Era comes a time of peace, and they enjoy this peace for quite a while until the time came to name a new era for Hyrule. However, things go wrong. Zelda is puts into a massive sleep. Has been put under a massive sleep curse. Sorry, it's been a while since I've done this. All because she won't tell this evil wizard, whose name I don't know, about the location of the 8 pieces that her and her father split. These 8 pieces are actually 8 pieces of the Triforce, which is what you go looking around in Zelda 1. You go around Hyrule, the slowly decaying Hyrule Kingdom, and you find the 8 pieces, you go, defeat Ganon, and game over. And then Zelda 2 happens. Zelda 2, or Adventures of Link, you're slowly reconstructing Hyrule Kingdom. But here's the problem. Zelda's still asleep. Link decides to help out with the reconstruction, but after a while he starts noticing a weird mark on his hand. And this mark was actually as we know from Skyward Sword and Ocarina of Time and all other games where a weird mark was found on the hero's hand, this is actually the mark of the Triforce, meaning that he was chosen to wield a part of the Triforce. But Link doesn't know this. He's just a normal boy now that Ganon has been destroyed. He goes to Impa, tells him about what's on his hand, and Impa tells him about the Triforce of Courage, a piece of the Triforce that was hidden away because nobody was found worthy until Link. Now, Link gets the Triforce of Courage, comes back, awakens Zelda, and that's it. That's the end of the timeline. Would I want to see more games for this timeline? Sure. What could they be? What could they do? That's for them to decide. I will play whatever game they decide. Like I said, there are 2 new games in the timeline. I don't know where they're placed in the timeline wise. That's why I'm only going over the bare minimum. The one from Hyrule Historia, the book that Nintendo released. And that's it. Join me for the next episode when I talk to you guys about the child timeline. See you guys then.